Welcome back to Chollah at Me, one man's quest to find the greatest chollah in all of northwest London and possibly beyond. Been away for about 2 years now, getting my MA in chollah engineering and springback engineering. New digs, as you'll be able to see. Still getting kitted out. Got my shelf, got my broom. What else do I need? So we're going to be looking this week at Yummies of Mill Hill. Now the name kind of put me off, if I'm honest. It sounds annoying. It sounds like somewhere that I wouldn't go. But I went down there. Pretty nice, actually. They've got a deli counter. Seem to know what they're doing in there. Also, they claim, but we're going to examine some of those claims tonight when we look at the appearance of this bread, texture of the bread, the taste of the bread, and the Jewishness of the bread and the experience to get the bread noch. Okay, so let's roll our sleeves up and get involved. Interesting. So we're golden on top, so light's reflecting on that. No glaze really missed off everywhere. Actually, oh god, they've let themselves down there. They've let themselves down on there. Glaze kind of makes it look like a sort of plastic child's toy, like it's sort of not real. Good, the glaze is even, plats are very even. I like these areas here, they feel kind of soft. I'll save that for the texture. What that gets me thinking about is the white, the heart of the white that I know is on the inside there. There's an argument there, as one of my professors in chollah engineering would have told me, that it makes it look a bit Kingsmilly, not particularly like a chollah. Overall appearance though, I'm going to say 3.5 out of 5. I'm getting mixed messages from it. Let's talk about texture now. First part of the test of that for me, before you even get into the bread itself, right, is just feeling how hollow it is. That gives me an indication of, not that we're looking for a crunch in a chollah, but it's got some sort of structural integrity. If you've ever been to Marks and Spencer's and had a chollah from there, it's soft all over, you could squish it. No, the bottom needs to hold up a bit. That's traditional. Alrighty, so let's get into the meat and potatoes of this review then. You know how this works, straight down the middle. Beautiful white middle of the chollah. Crust isn't veering at all onto the white. Then you get into the white of the chollah, like you don't want anything impeding that. Let's also have a look at the springback, sort of the bounciness and the vibrancy of the bread. When you chew into it, you want it to be really fluffy and bounce back in your mouth. That's good. Very nice. I've got a little bit of feedback that it's kind of gross when I touch the bread and do the springback test. I mean, after, in-depth consideration, I've kind of concluded that I don't really care. 4 out of 5. Okay, so going pretty well for Yummies so far. 3.5 and a 4. But on to taste now. Is there a more important feature and category in this process? Of course there isn't. That's a rhetorical question. Okay, that was really mixed. In terms of the actual texture of it in my mouth, the white of the bread was super soft, which I did like. It was also really cold, which was weird and I never had before, and there was nothing to indicate that it would be like that. Make of that what you will. The top and the bottom of the bread, they both did their job, just changed the flavour a little bit from the white middle. It's not really a distinguishing feature. You didn't get the rich flavour of chollah crusts that you sometimes do get. In terms of the overall flavour of the bread itself, nothing memorable at all. Thank God I had the foresight to put a bit of salt on it. Otherwise, I don't think I actually would have enjoyed the bread at all. And I love eating chollahs. So, Jewishness then. It was a pretty Jewish experience overall, which kind of makes the end result all the more disappointing. They seemed to know what they were doing. They got a deli counter. They've got goujons going on. They've got salt beef going on. In the bread department, they sold an assortment of pretzels, which you never see. They had onion bagels and they had rainbow bagels. It was like, they know what's going on here. Maybe it just wasn't their day. It's my local. It's quite a Jewish thing to say, isn't it? Your local is the chollah shop. Okay, so, they've had better days. Not a brilliant performance. They'll get over it, as will I. But anyway, next time, I am going to be baking a chollah. I'm going to be giving it as objective a review as I possibly can. tune in for the next episode, and until then, keep living that Chollah life. Peace.